NNPCL chairman has resigned. The next day, they saw him in office. But that's not the only suspicious thing. Days after, and that's what I wanted us to discuss today, Mr. Sacramento. Is there in any way that you think that there is a link, you know, between these two different occurrences? Like they say, there is no smoke without fire. What do you have to say?
Okay, it's been, like I keep telling you, as every day you wake up in the morning and Nigeria, there's always a news. And right now it looks as if, it seems as if the bad news is of the increase on a daily basis. Well, it's a very dicey situation where we found ourselves all through this administration. This administration, we've not been on a very good news. It is either they are borrowing, or there's a security challenge, or there is an abduction somewhere. And I wonder why a government agency would just step in, go and abduct another government organ. That is where it means that's it comes about where fella song say dead body get accident. Do you understand? EFCC boys have come out to deny the fact that there was nothing of such that happened. And but in every like you rightly said, there's no smoke without fire. There is always an issue. I remember that Bayo Ojulari just stepped in not quite 5 months ago. And the man that left and him now, they've started having issues of corruption, issues of, embezzlement, because that is what it is. So most of the times, again, once there is stories of such, the government needed to form a panel of inquiry.
Yeah, exactly.
To look into the matter, an independent one.
Yes.
That's where the House of Senate, the Senate members comes in. You know, get the chairman committee on petroleum or whatever they call themselves. You know, and look into the issues.
Exactly.
To find out, to ravel out the what the problem
exactly
is. Because without this, it becomes business as usual. And this administration of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I wonder why they want to borrow 3 trillion from NNPC.
They're not borrowing it. They just want to use that 3 trillion to fund the project that NNPCL was supposed to fund. So
okay, so it is a loan they've already they approved for him. So they now want to use it. Let me tell you the truth. NNPC needs to be purged. That is where the bedrock of corruption in this country comes from. That is the truth.
You know, when you talk about
the last guy who was the NNPC man, I'm trying to remember that his name.
Kwan, I'm finding it difficult to pronounce his name.
The guy told us that NNPC have started in earnest. But you could see how much petroleum is still trying to source. So there's a lot of controversies in this.
Exactly.
So we need a God-fearing president that will come in.
God-fearing. That
yes,
sounds
I know
so
what I'm saying. That will come in and end these corrupt practices going on in NNPC. And let me tell you, that is the only source of livelihood of this nation.
Oil.
That is oil.
It's not.
And that is why. No, I'm coming. And that, as it stands now, that's the only thing that brings in money.
A lot of
there was a time when Nigeria was the highest producers of palm oil and all those things. It's been years. It's been in decades.
But that's what they're trying to go back to.
They can't go back because oil has been the bedrock of the nation.
Yeah.
We deviated. And that is why we fight all this fighting you're saying. Corruption, we're saying, is coming from the oil.
You know, when you mentioned corruption, I wanted to ask you for Mawaji, because there are a lot of rumors, and allegedly there is a particular name that has been mentioned. It's the person of Olatimbo Ayinde. So they are saying that she influenced that sort of decision to get the resignation letter of the chairman of NNPCL signed. Do you understand? That she was the one that influenced that. But later on, EFCC chairman also came out to say that that was false, that the online portal that released that was false, and demanded retraction of the story and an apology, a public apology letter. Other people have come to say that, oh, if this was wrong, you could have just easily come to say, as the EFCC chairman, this is wrong, we don't stand by it, and you leave it at that. You understand? But then going to say, retract this, public apologies, starting to look like there's something you don't want people to see, which was the reason why a lot of news houses now picked interest in it. But what do you have to say about that retraction request that the EFCC chairman made?
Just like what you said, there is no smoke without fire. In my own humble opinion, I think these two organizations are fighting over their reputation. It's about wrongdoing and reputation. So there's possibility that there is something that they don't want the public to know about. You get that? Is why they are trying to retract this, or trying to what should I call it?
To get a retraction,
and public apology, and then to deny that something of this sort never happened. I think that's one of the reasons. And then the other hand, you know most definitely that when you uphold a particular position in the society, people see you as this person in the society. Maybe somebody that is should I say, you have principles, you understand, and somebody comes out to say something like this, you have to come out, defend yourself that nothing of this sort happened. So I think it's a fight between wrongdoing and reputation. That's what I have to say.
I honestly see
and
your
then
point.
Again, I equally mentioned something about the public not finding out
something.
Yes, something.
But the 3 trillion naira now that the federal government is requesting for closely after this rumor has gone viral. Do you in any way think that there is any link whatsoever to that amount of money that that they are demanding for? And if you do, is this not another situation of corruption eating deep into not just our system but the entire governance of Nigeria?
Well, Nigeria is already, we're on fire, and that's the truth. Then talking about the 3 trillion that they are demanding for, I think if on a good day we'll have checks and balances, maybe the House Committee on Works would have come out to say, this is why this such amount of money is needed.
Yes.
And where these are the projects where this money would be used for. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, you don't just come out and tell Nigerians, 3 trillion, we want to embark on this. No, it has to be spelled out. These are taxpayers' money. It has to be spelled out what this money wants to be used for.
In detail.
How many states are this 3 trillion? How many states? What projects? It has to be properly, detailed.
Yeah.
So that we would know, so that we know the right set of people
to hold
accountable when things like this happens.
Exactly.
You understand? So they just come out every day. You'd say we need this for infrastructure. This. Go and check for the past how many years President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been on seat. We've not really seen visible federal projects. You see the ones going on in Anambra State here. It's the state government that is doing it, waiting when they will be refunded. So we really want to understand why excessive all this money here and loans from here and there. You understand?
Yeah.
NNPC should have been, it was established to be a kind of a cushion effect to Nigerian economy. But you find out that people are, the NNPC money is going into private pockets. That is the issue. When we look at other countries that have the kind of resources we have, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, UAE, all this set of people. If you go there, you see, when they say they have oil, you see the presence of...
you see it reflect.
You will be seeing all those things reflected. You see the level of development in those countries. But when you come down here, we are still clapping. We are still clapping for people who build roads. We are still clapping for hospital health.
When you see 18 hours
when these are virtually things that very primary things that we really need, the basic of the government. No, we would have been talking of going into space, doing some things that are, talking about nuclear weapons or things, not really weapons, but nuclear sites, where things that can help us. That's where we should have been going to.
But we are still going.
But we are still under. They are still calling a whole giant of Africa, calling us underdeveloped. I take you. If you go to Rwanda, you won't believe your eyes when you travel to Rwanda. You see how clean, you see how neat, you see the what Kagame is doing in that place. So these are not, there are people who have sense of leadership. And some who just are opportunists inside leadership.
Trying to
you understand?
sideline.
So these are the problem. Bayo Julari, yes, he's a seasoned oil
engineer.
Yes, he's been there over the years. So he's a seasoned man. Now it's quite unfortunate that a scandal of this nature, just barely 5 months you took power, is coming up. What does it tell you? Like Ifeoma rightfully said, it shows you there is something they are fighting for. And how could they come in and say one woman, Ainde Olatunbo, comes, is not the one that will give EFCC light over?
Quite powerful woman.
No, she because she's at the presidency. She will now be the president. She's not the vice president.
No,
that will now give EFCC to go and abduct.
But you know she has a history, Ifeoma. So she has a history. In 2015, right? They said that she reportedly paid a former NNPC GMD in person of Ibe Kachuku large sums in August of that 2015 with the intention of influencing his capacity as a public official. So she has done this before in 2015, and at some point they tagged her wanted, okay, by the Nigerian police. I don't know what they later did to pursue that matter, which brings me to my next question, Ifeoma. How do you think that the government should go about this rumor? Because the rumor has refused to die down. This started sometime in August 1st. This is August 8th. A lot of people are still talking about it. How do you think they should go about addressing this rumor?
Well, it's that simple. Verify. Because you could see that the portal or the news portal that brought forth this particular information on news story, if you check their portfolio, you see that they pose as when it comes to accountability, when it comes to fairness, when it comes to protecting their source.
Yeah,
you understand, when it comes to taking bold step into political reportage, you get, not minding who you are, you get. So a body like that, you get, have come out to say something like this,
and they're trying to shut them
and they're
up.
trying to probably shut it down. I think the government should actually investigate further, yes, to see if this is true, and if this is true, the perpetrators of this particular crime should be brought to.
Let me just step in a little bit. You know, when we keep talking, saying government, although that's the right thing to do, when we talk about the setting up a panel of inquiry to find out, to fish out where the rumor is coming out from, what led to the abduction and other stuff. It is the normal thing to do. But will these things be done? The answer is no. Because you could find out people in the presidency might be involved in this scandal.
Yeah.
When we are here, Betty was sacked as a minister of humanitarian.
Yeah.
Nobody, she claimed her innocence. When she wanted to name names, in fact, she was suspended. Before, from suspension, she was sacked. We didn't hear anything again. There was no panel of inquiry up to date. The same administration. So, what if we had a very viable House of Senate and House of Representatives? Maybe the stories would have been different. Yeah. Had they been oppositions are the ones in the helms of one of the House,
and the helms of affairs.
The helms of affairs. Maybe there is going to be checks and balances. But when we have one political party trying to turn the whole nation to a one-party system, it becomes a problem. Impunity is going to be of high increase. A lot of things are going to be there. So these are the basicity. These are the things we will be seeing when one particular political party is, it's all everywhere in the homes of affairs. Now again, when you begin to bring in being tribalistic in your appointments, you are ready to, this part of the problems as well you will see. Because when you don't have a clear vision of your appointments, or the kind of things you want to do, of carrying the whole nation along, these are the problem, the banes of the problem you would always see.
Yeah, I think I want to add something to what you just said. The news portal that uploaded this particular information in the open, I think you should not just upload something for the public to see. I think it's time they provide receipts. If they have documents, if they have witnesses, they should.
No, they can't do that because they're trying to protect.
I understand that they are trying, but at this point, you can see that they are planning to sue them if they don't retract. So what I'm trying to say, if they can provide receipts, it can be documents. I know their core value is to protect their source, but at the same time, I feel like for people to believe, for believability, yes, of the public, they should provide receipts to the public.
That would be a very direct situation.
You have a point. Then again, I want to come to the media aspect. Most of the times, some of our media people are hungry. I want to use the language hungry because most of the time, somebody could pay you to do a damage. Do you understand? Now, because Nigeria has been wired in such a way that we want to always hear negative things. So once they put up anything, everybody will say, yes, that's true, that's it, that's the truth. Without verification, it becomes a problem. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, that's where we are. That's why every time I talk, I say, we don't have working systems. If we have working systems, a lot of things would be where we are now.
You're right.
Would have moved on.
But talking about this loan, this huge loan that we are taking, I mean, what does it mean for the economy of Nigeria? Because I know, maybe you would educate me. Because about loans, right? When you get loans, is there no interest?
There is
massive interest.
So please tell me, 3 trillion naira, what is going to be the interest after paying that?
Let me tell you, if you don't know now, the day the Chinese country decide to come and carry come and carry all of us. We are the all of us. We are all the people owing. So let me tell you the truth is that, like I said, the legislature abandoned what they ought to do. I know I'm not going to generalize all of them because there are still some good men in there who have the country at heart, the interest of the country at heart. But let me tell you, we keep borrowing. And these are part of the mantra why P2B is insisting he wants to cut, because we are thinking we cannot do without borrowing.
Consumers.
So he wants to really come on board to say we can do without borrowing.
Yes, expanding the economy.
How can we not borrow?
No, let me tell you.
When we are spending millions.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm
bills.
telling you. We abandoned the things that was giving us life.
Exactly.
Free.
We have the granite pyramid. We have cocoa, oil. We have there's so many things. We have limestone. We have so many things. But because there are some certain level of people who has decided to strangle this country, that is why we think we can come out of the problem. But there are people who already have sat down to look at the country and say, we want to move this country this way.
So what is the way forward now, if on my own opinion?
The way forward, the way forward is we need to plan, we need to have a panel of inquiry in all this matter. Let's hear the truth.
Independent.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Independent. Then let the chairman House Committee call for a public
press conference.
Yes, there will have to be a public inquiry where they will come. The press people will be there. Some certain questions will be asked. Then let's find out. Remember, although most of us do no longer have confidence in all these their calls. Somebody took the police pension fund and swallowed it. Till date.
Yeah.
Till date.
You've not seen anything, and that was why I was asking.
They said he ran away. He ran away. He went to Dubai to go
and they cannot find him.
And they did not.
And that was why I was saying that President Tinubu that was giving the instruction that that pension should be paid immediately. That police officers deserve to be treated with integrity, and they should going forward. And now let's go backward a little bit. What happened that their previous pension and gratuity have not yet been paid after so many years?
They need to review a lot of things. If this country must work, let's leave tribalism. Let's leave religious sentiments. Bring in the right set of people who have God fear.
That's exactly my point.
Bring them in.
Exactly.
And we have intelligent people here.
Nigeria is a blessed country. Very, very blessed.
Imagine other countries using Nigerians.
Let me give you an instance. I will always say this, provided I have the platform to say it. Look at the 5 Eastern governors. Look at Enugu, look at Anambra, look at Abia. Abia State governor stepped in.
Yes.
Abia was in a shamble, but he came in. Barely 1 year, he started the transformation.
Exactly.
You don't need to clamor for second tenure.
Yes.
For people, when you do
Yes.
the right thing you ought to do, people are the ones that will be calling you, but then will be begging you to come on board. When Fashola came to Lagos, he changed a lot of things. He said he's going to only do 4 years. It was still the negotiation that started telling him, okay, you're not going anywhere. We have seen the things you're doing.
We want you to do
more. We want you to do more. Exactly. Do you understand? So this clamoring, this attitude of I call it criminality.
Yes.
You've not finished what you're doing. You are eyeing this other aspect.
That's
of
why
that's greed.
I actually wanted to say now that we could see that the governor of Enugu State, Abia State, and other governors are coming up to do something productive, not just complaining. It shows that we still have people that can move.
Definitely.
That's my point. We have intelligent people here.
Anambra infrastructure has been backward so much for many years. But you see how the governor came in? Barely 2 years. Rules that federal government needed to have done, he stepped into it, providing basic amenities. You understand?
Yeah.
We need to graduate from those basic amenities
to more serious
secondary amenities, where we go internet. And now you could even see that the government of Anambra has started putting internet Wi-Fi everywhere. Okay. This is what is obtainable in the all the whole countries they travel to.
But Ifoma, I wanted to ask Ifoma, because Mr. Daniel mentioned something about if you are doing the right thing, right? You won't. It's the people that will start pleading and asking you to come back. From what we've seen so far, do you think that that's the case, especially with the forthcoming elections in 2027? Do you think that that's the case for the current president and the current ruling party? Do you think that it is the situation, or are they towing towards the line of desperation more?
I think at this point, if you ask me, there is they are to an extent, but to an extent I would equally say that I think people are beginning to, you know, wake up. I think people are beginning to realize a lot of things going bad in the country.
Yeah.
You get, and they are speaking up. They are speaking out and speaking up, and they are hoping for the 2027 election
to be better.
Yes, to be better, most definitely. And I wanted to add something to what he said. We need to elect credible people, and when we see that these people are capable in the position we put them into, I mean, we need to put them, yes, encourage them and put them in that position again. It will actually boost other people that are doing something to do more.
Yeah, of course.
You get, Igbo people will say you understand?
Yeah.
So when you encourage others, and then I want to say this, in when I didn't come yesterday, but a day before yesterday, we said something about we played a video about the president saying that if we do not have electricity in the coming years, that we should not vote him.
Yeah. So
I am bringing it to Nigerians again. He said it is not my word. It is his word. Yeah. You've seen and you've heard. 2027 election is in your hands. That's all I can say.
That's how we do it over here. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Sacramento, for being here. We really enjoy your insightful, passionate conversations. It's always a pleasure. And of course, to you, Ifoma G, it's always amazing having this discussion with you. So thank you very much. To our viewers, please don't forget that you can share your comments with us. Whatever your opinions are, please feel free to share it in the comment section. And while you are doing that, follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also follow us on our personal social media handle. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Sharon Nmchuku. And you?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Orji Sophia or Misolex.
And for you, sir?
They will always find me in your studios.
All right, no problem. That's fine. So we see you this afternoon, where we'll be taking trending topics at Acid Hot in the afternoon by 1 p.m. Do have a lovely day.